Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the second day of the national discussion on sexual assault and sexual harassment at America's colleges, universities, and service academies. Reflecting upon yesterday, it was extremely rewarding for a few reasons. One, here we are shedding light on an important topic that needs our focused and relentless attention. And two, here we are sitting in community as engaged leaders on this topic, knowing that together in partnership, we're going to be stronger and we're going to be better positioned and leverage to make effective change moving forward. I have the pleasure today of introducing Dr. Heather Wilson, the 24th Secretary of the Air Force. Secretary Wilson has more than 35 years of professional experience in a range of leadership roles in the military, higher education, and government and private industry. As both a former Air Force officer and university president, Secretary Wilson is in good company among today's audience. Please help me welcome Secretary Wilson to the stage.
Well, good morning to all of you. I wanted to start out by thanking the Naval Academy for hosting this first conference, this discussion on sexual assault in our service academies, colleges, and universities. I have to say, though, that if this were Colorado Springs and the Air Force Academy, it would not be raining. I just want to point that out. Our service academies are transformative institutions by design. We do our best to attract and recruit young men and women of character. And then we seek to develop our cadets and our midshipmen to follow a set of core values and to live their lives by those values. We train them to become role models who will lead men and women in our military forces in times of peace and conflict. And when adherence to principles and values breaks down, especially in the case of sexual assault, the consequences ripple far beyond the actual crime. It is an affront to the dignity and respect to which each service member has a right. But more than that, it undermines the relationships of trust needed for military units to defend the country. We have a moral and ethical obligation to our airmen and their families to prevent and respond to any sexual assault within our ranks. Where there are problems, we have to own them. But more than that, my colleagues and I, Secretary Esper and Secretary Spencer, believe we have an obligation to share what we are learning and to work with colleges and universities across America to reduce the incidence of sexual assault and sexual harassment in every community and on every campus. That's what this conference is about. Our willingness as institutional leaders to admit that we don't have all the answers, but we all know we have problems. And we're more likely to be able to reduce the incidence of sexual assault if we work together. Hanover, New Hampshire is home to Dartmouth College. Today, it is my honor to introduce the president of Dartmouth College, Dr. Philip Hanlon. After becoming president in 2013, Dr. Hanlon began implementing programs to change the high-risk culture on his campus. He and the college leadership have also recently responded to allegations of sexual assault against some professors at the college. He's going to talk about those programs and the progress that they're making toward changing the culture at Dartmouth. Dr. Hanlon is a mathematician whose roots run deep at Dartmouth. He graduated with a bachelor's degree there in 1977 and earned a PhD from Caltech in 1981. He maintains a connection with the students of Dartmouth by continuing to teach. Ladies and gentlemen, Dr. Philip Hanlon.